Hello, my name is Helen Jordan, and I'm presenting my presentation on what public health means to me. This was a really interesting project, and it definitely made me look further into what motivates me as, in my career with school and just my career in general. And it really gave me a chance to look back and reflect on the class, and how I'm going to be able to integrate it into my career in the future. So, my relationship with public health. Um, what motivates me to pursue a minor in public health. So I wanted to talk about why I chose to pursue a minor in public health. And it was a lot of factors in my life that kind of led me to that conclusion to be interested in it. So previous job experience, I had worked in a home care setting previous to going back to school. So I would be going into people's houses, helping them with daily tasks of living, within my scope of practice, I'd be helping them with, dressings and food and things like that. And it really um, opened my eyes to how much need there was within my community for, good healthcare, health literacy, and just having a more in-depth connection between the people in a certain population and healthcare professionals, and how there was this big disconnect. And I really wanted to be able to understand that better, to be a better provider for these people. Another reason that public health was interesting to me was my own personal health experience. I've had health issues of my own where I have felt disconnected from my providers, and I haven't felt listened to, and it has caused me bodily harm. So it's something that's really important to me. And if I had known about some of the resources that I do now, I might have been able to advocate for myself a little bit better. Alternatively, the doctors themselves could have understood me a little bit better if we were able to look at it in a different framework. And I think that's also important. Another driving reason that I was interested in public health and health education. And then lastly, it's my desire to incite change. I really do want to help change, or change the world around me in a way that's meaningful to me. I think that I'm so passionate about healthcare, and I'm so passionate about giving back to my community, and by being able to help communicate, help educate people in my community about issues that pertain to them, give them back their agency into their own healthcare, help them take back some power and feel like they're able to reach their health goals, understand what those health goals are, the issues that they might be facing, and how to work with providers in the community to achieve their health goals. So that's really important to me. Next, I wanted to define public health. So I have my definition here, and then I have like the CDC definition. So basically, my definition focuses a little bit more on like the data collection, using that data, collecting information about a population, seeing what issues they're facing, and then using that data to create a plan of action, and then using that plan of action, and then evaluating how effective it was. The CDC defines it a little bit differently. It talks more about like the science of protecting and improving people's health, working with communities, promoting healthy lifestyle, researching disease and injury prevention, and detecting, preventing, and responding to infectious diseases. So I think both of those definitions have a place in public health, and specifically in my understanding of public health. And I really want to be able to pursue that more in my career later on. So during this year, I had some interesting, life changes, and it really made me consider my career and what I was looking for, going forward with schooling. And so I reached out to one of our advisors, our health education advisors, and they sent me this really wonderful infographic that actually comes from uh, the website that we've been talking about, the Certified Health Education Specialist website. And it kind of showed the two career paths that I was interested in, which was the Certified Health Education Specialist and Registered Nurse, which is what I'm going for right now. And it really allowed me to look back and weigh the options and try to figure out what it is that I was really looking for. So I did end up choosing nursing. I was really on the fence for a long time, but for a couple of reasons I did end up choosing nursing. So I do like the more biological sciences, just kind of the more um, scientific process that goes into nursing is really interesting to me. Another thing that was interesting to me was like the clinical hands-on settings of being a nurse rather than being a little bit more removed, that you know you would see in like a health education specialist. And so the other thing is I wanted to talk about some of the real reasons also that I chose nursing over health education specialists. And I wanted to be completely honest about it. And the truth is like higher status, not so much with like, you know, peers or friends and family or anything like that, but just like in order to incite the amount of change that I want and to help people in the way that I want, one thing that I found in my career, my personal journey, is that people will listen to you more if you have more, not so much education behind you, but they'll respect you more if you have like, oh, I could say I'm a nurse, or you know, I have this degree, I have this bachelor's degree. Um, and so that was also what was appealing to me. It also aligns with my dream career progression. So I really want to be a nurse practitioner. I want to be a family nurse practitioner. I want to be able to be the person that I never had in my community and be able to give back to my community in that way. And the other thing is that, to be honest, it's the financial security, especially in this time where we're going through all these different economical changes. And I'm trying to start a life with my family. I'm trying to start a family of my own. So having the promise of a better paying job and more career prospects and um, things like that is appealing to me. So it did contribute to why I chose nursing over a certified education specialist, even though I am passionate about both things. The next thing I wanted to talk about integration. So I really do love public health and health education. I think it's really necessary and it's something that I am passionate about. And I'm so grateful I took this class because I'm better able to understand how I can integrate that perspective going forward into my nursing career. So I want to work in more clinical settings, provide low-cost care to women. That's something that's really important to me, is to working with like women's rights and women's health rights, and just being an advocate for women's health in a healthcare setting that is unfortunately really hostile to a lot of women. So having that background in health education, I feel like is going to better equip me to be able to do that effectively in the way that I want within my community. So again, I want to work with the community in a volunteer setting as much as I can, work with community initiatives, schools, um, and I think that blending, you know, the more clinical aspects of being a nurse and the more data centered, community centered, and humanity centered knowledge of that certified health education specialist is going to be really important going forward. So overall, I really enjoyed the class. Thank you so much for listening to like this little podcast that I made. And I really look forward to using the information that I learned in this class going forward into my career. So thank you so much. Have a great day.